Hey guys, welcome to The Market is Open. Today we're going to be talking about the Tesla Model S and X refresh, which actually happened today. This actually comes a day before Tesla is reporting earnings, which comes tomorrow. The stock hasn't moved at all. It's been down on the news of Tesla's Autonomy Day, so that's kind of strange. Also, check out our website, themarketisopen.com, where you can add your own stocks to the sidebar here. You can even pin your favorite ones to the top. So customers have been asking for a Model S and X refresh for quite some time now, and it seems like Tesla wasn't going to do it. Even Elon Musk said on Twitter that there are updates all the time to the cars, and for that reason, there was no plan to do a refresh. And he also specifically said that there was no plans to update the battery in the Model S and X with the same cells that are in the Model 3. Both of these actually still remain true. Tesla did not update the battery in this refresh. They found other ways to improve the range and a handful of exciting other features, which we're going to talk about. But first, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would really appreciate your support in helping us grow our channel. And also check out our investor and Elon Musk t-shirts in the description below. Purchasing one of these t-shirts helps to support our channel. Okay, so let's start with the first improvement for the Model S and X refresh, which comes from range and efficiency of each car. So I actually didn't think that Tesla would focus its energy on the Model S and X. I thought that all of the customers and consumers and even people on YouTube begging for a refresh was a bit of a mistake, because Tesla was focusing on Model 3 and ramping that up, and Model S and X was doing just fine on its own. They were selling about 25,000 per quarter. However, in the last quarter, sales slumped for both Model S and X combined to 14,000 cars, which is about half of what Tesla normally produces and sells in the quarter. However, with this announcement one day before the earnings call, it seems that Tesla is actually still committed to these high-end luxury cars. And so the analysts tomorrow might want to know why sales were down, but Tesla has definitely found a way now to boost sales with this refresh. One reason why sales may have been low is because people were waiting for a refresh and they wanted something new with their Model S and X, or just demand was low for seasonality or for some other reason. Either way, the refresh is now here, which I believe should help spur sales for these cars. So the first thing Tesla did for Model S and X is a range boost. Surprisingly, again, not from the battery itself. The battery remains the same. However, the drivetrain design is going to be completely new, redesigned by Tesla, and it's going to give the car a 10% range boost, which may not sound like much, but now at 370 miles for the long range battery, which is around 600 kilometers, that makes the Model S very competitive, especially against gas cars and even against the Model 3. So nobody can complain now that the Model S has a low range, even for an electric car. The Model X range has also been improved to 325 miles. This is also with the same 100 kilowatt battery pack, and of course it's the long range model. So they basically have a better permanent magnet motor in the car. They have better electronics. They're using silicon carbide in their electronics. Improved lubrication, cooling, the bearings, and the gearbox design. So basically making the same battery that they have way more efficient. It's kind of like when you have the iPhone and the software is bad on the iPhone, you're going to kill your battery faster. So instead of just updating the battery, you can just update the software. So essentially, I mean, this isn't software, it's hardware, but Tesla is not updating the battery itself. They're updating all of the things that pull energy from the battery in order to make the car way more efficient. I'm sure there's also a lot of lessons learned from the technology that went into the Model 3, so that's going to be now pulled into this car. It probably was going to cost a lot for Tesla to change up their battery lines, because the Model S and X use different battery cells than the Model 3. So Tesla would have had to convert their battery cells to a different type of battery cells, which is probably a pretty expensive change. So obviously they were constrained by that and didn't want to make that change. Yet they still figured out a way to make some pretty impressive changes to the efficiency of the car. I should also mention that the 0 to 60 times on the long range and the performance models are also way better than they were before. I mean, these cars were already beating Ferraris and Lamborghinis in races, so now it's going to be way more exciting. It's also interesting to see that over time, like, there's a pretty big difference now in the number of options required to buy a Tesla. I remember, I think it was around like 2015, you had so many add-ons that you needed to choose from, such as like the winter package, that was extra, a sound system was extra. I mean, I know it's changed not recently, but in the last couple of years, but now it's all included. Even autopilot is now included, and the combined price of the car is actually lower than it used to be, including all of these options. So with the 2-minute ordering that Tesla has now, I think that's pretty crazy. I think Tesla has innovated in every part of their business, and competitors are working really hard just to catch up on like a single one of these things that Tesla has done. But Tesla has simply innovated in so many ways that, in my opinion, competitors are years behind, but in multiple areas. Another change that Tesla made to the Model S and X in this refresh is the ability to make use of the faster charging, especially from the new superchargers. So Model S and X are now capable of achieving 200 kilowatt charges on the version 3 superchargers and 145 kilowatts on the version 2 superchargers, which I believe is the same as before. But I think on version 3, that's now a 50% faster charge. So a lot of people felt that S and X would be left out from Tesla upgrading to version 3. And of course, it does require new hardware in order to do that. But at 200 kilowatt charging speeds, I think that puts a lot of range anxiety issues to rest. We had a comment before on a different video where somebody said that it basically adds 50% to your range, like to the car effectively. But really, I think it'll speed up like the so-called lineups for charging, and it'll save people a lot of time. It also brings Tesla a little bit closer to beating gas cars in charging. Okay, Tesla also has a new feature called adaptive suspension. So this is something that Tesla has built in-house. They say that the adaptive suspension gives an ultra cushion feel when cruising on the highway or using autopilot, and a responsive, exhilarating confidence during dynamic driving. So they're basically using a predictive model to change the air suspension of the car. So I think that's pretty interesting. Like, are they using the neural net now for suspension as well? It seems like that might be the case. They didn't mention that during the autonomy day, as far as I know. But we do know that Tesla does use their neural net for other things other than just self-driving in the car. But they also have the automatic windshield wipers, for example. So I think that's another use of how their machine learning and AI technology, assuming that's the case, will make other differences in the car. So basically, their system constantly adapts by sensing the road conditions and adjusting for behavior. That sounds like the neural net might be involved there. And over time, they can always update the software over the air. Another thing that Tesla is pulling efficiencies from are the tire design and the wheel bearings. So they made some improvements here, giving these things less friction, and even with the tires, they're trying to get more efficiency out of that and improve the range, the quality of the ride, and the steering capabilities of the car. So it should have a meaningful impact according to Tesla. Now, a ludicrous mode update, I think this is probably the most exciting thing for a lot of Tesla owners currently. So right now, the Model S is going to go from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and 2.4 seconds on ludicrous mode. Model X is 3.4 seconds, 0 to 60, and 2.7 seconds with ludicrous. That's a family crossover SUV from 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds. Like, that's faster than a lot of supercars. And also, I think the best part for previous owners is that ludicrous mode is going to be free if you buy the performance version. So I think that will encourage a lot of previous owners to buy again and to upgrade their cars. I mean, a lot of their cars are old now. Many of them are 6 to 7 years old, and they probably need a new car anyway. Plus, a lot of customers have been demanding a refresh for quite a while now, so this seems like something they really want. And I also think that's good for Tesla. If consumers sell their cars and upgrade to new ones, Tesla wants people to upgrade, and the old cars that people are selling will still be on the road, part of Tesla's fleet. So I think these are some pretty meaningful changes. Customers have been begging for these for quite some time now, and they're finally getting what they want. Also, as Elon Musk said during the autonomy day, competitors still don't have anything as good as the 2012 version of the car, and I believe that is absolutely true. Their range is lower, their acceleration is lower, and many of the automatic features that give the overall modern and futuristic Tesla experience are not really present in some of these other so-called electric car makers. Meanwhile, with this refresh, Tesla just raised the bar even further for Model S and X. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would really appreciate your support in helping us grow our channel. Hope you enjoyed this video, and please smash the like button.